Hey guys, so I got like a 30-minute break in between my meetings, and Chastity is taking a shower and stuff right now, so I pulled a reading. I figured I would share it. Okay, so let me move these out of the way because these come in later. All right, so the number 1 card is healing. Number 2 is the 5 of air, but it's, as you can see, the mask coming off, but still kind of being a little bit blinded here, but the mask is off. And then we have this one, and we have faith right here. So what I get from this like core piece here is, to me, this looks like the masculine's healing a lot of what Chastity was talking about earlier. The masculine's going through a healing process. The mask coming off of the feminines, like they're realizing who the feminines are, but like we're not really able to fully see it right now. They're realizing what they did to the feminine here. This is what they're seeing. And then the faith comes in, which, I mean, I love the animals here. It's very like representative of like just the planet, the world, the angelic realm. I mean, you have that big old sea turtle here, which tells me, you know, especially those of us that have been here a long time, like that's, you know what I mean? Like there's this is a really positive card. I mean, it's coming up because this healing's happening. There's some realization of what's been done to the feminine, I guess. And then, like, faith is being restored. Then in the 5 spot, we have love. And in the 6 spot, we have the 5 of water, which is interesting because here we have the 5 of air. Here's the 5 of water. So it's like there's that unconditional love. And I almost get this one as like, it is a card of patience. It's a card of maybe a little bit of like letdown, but like as the sun rays are kind of like shining in on her, it is more of a watery energy, which kind of goes along with today being Monday, Moon Day. I mean, we are feeling this love energy and kind of like reflecting on it. And you know, it does have us more in an emotional, I don't want to say like reminiscent energy, but I mean, it is more of an emotional, heartfelt energy. And I get a big feeling of like patience and like waiting here. Like we know what's coming, we're just waiting. So we're like in this love energy, but like waiting. And then here we have the Ace of Fire, and then what fell underneath it was basically like that Fool card, that one going on a journey, or not a journey, but like going on an adventure, came up upside down. So I did clarify, why did it come upside down? Well, because the sun is being illuminated on the divine feminine. And what I get here is that because there's an illumination of who she is or what's been going on here, then there is, in the masculine energy, there's a need to build something secure and a foundation, which I guess could be money or a structure or something in that way. And then we have the Ace of Cups here. So it's like they can't go on the adventure yet because this has been illuminated and they're trying to build this because of this love energy. Which, I mean, I feel like I've heard this for many years that this is what they're doing, but I think they have been doing it for many years. But like there's been, you know what I mean, like a sudden illumination. I mean, it's kind of the same up here. This healing process and realizing who she is without this mask on, and what they did. It's kind of the same here when I clarified it, you know, this illumination on her, and then knowing that they have to like basically create something here for stability. It's interesting that this cup has the water flowing out of it. which to me is a good sign because it's not all held up just in the cup. It's flowing. Okay, so then the 12 card is emotions, which kind of goes really well with this whole line right here. That's what I was saying, and it matches with it being Monday. So there's that emotional reflection. And then the 13 is this like decision or decisiveness that needs to be made. This has been coming up a lot because decisions are being made. And I feel like for most, it's not going to be the same old one that kept wounding everybody over and over and over. It's a different decision now because all this stuff is being realized. Then 13, we have that matrix man, but I find it interesting that it's on the outer part of the reading because yesterday it came through upside down. So it was like they flipped it upside down and now it's pushed out here. So it's almost like seeing it from a higher view, if that makes sense. And then down here we have in the 15 spot, abundance, which pretty much mirrors that matrix thing. And it even connects to this here. So it's like seeing the matrix from a higher perspective and like figuring how to work with it to get the abundance. I feel like this is like kind of what's being worked out in the mind a little bit because the reality is that we really can't do it in the same old way. But I mean, us feminines kind of know that at the same time, it's a little bit harder for us to create it in the physical. Like the masculine energy can create it in the physical easier than we can. So it's like they can do this, but then they don't know how to work with it differently so that it's not the same old thing. I mean, but they're recognizing the whole thing happening here, if that makes sense. Then for the 20 card, so that was on this side of the reading here, is the King of Fire. So like to me, again, this is just kind of like that fiery energy, that spark of like, the spark of healing, a spark of realization, a spark of recognizing something, and it like creating like almost like a passionate energy. Then on this side of the reading, we have almost matching. See, it's like the fireman and the fire lady. And this is more, this is like we've already kind of created the magic. Now we're kind of seeing it unfold in the reality and being aware of the signs and synchronicities and the reality that we've created all right here. That's like the feminine. And then in the middle, we got the emotion and intellect, which also came up yesterday. So this would be the 40 card, the entirety of the entire reading. And that's very significant, and it goes in line with everything else that's been happening. Like the emotion, we have to be able to feel the emotion and open it and have the intellect match with it. It has to be in balance. So I mean, that's the overall piece of this. Jeez, oh Pete, my phone is blowing up while I'm doing this. What the heck? Yeah, I think, okay, right. So then here we can do the alchemy is that abundance with this emotional reflection, and the faith card is the alchemy here, which is interesting. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's almost like trusting and having faith even while being in this kind of like emotional energy. And just like knowing we have the abundance, really. And then let me move these back out of the way again. All right, so then the higher, the love, yeah, definitely in the higher, it's this love energy manifests down into this, 100%. The healing energy here in the highers is coming down and manifesting into this, the faith card. It totally makes sense and is in line with everything been happening. The mask coming off of the feminine and the realization of who they are comes down into this in the lower, which makes total sense because now they know who that is and what they did. And then in the highers is this Ace of Fire, manifest into this, which is interesting. It is like that spark under the ass to get you moving and have you doing something, but the fact it came down as it being so it's like they feel like, and I mean, maybe this isn't just masculine, this could be feminine too. Like there is this spark of like, oh shit, you know, we gotta go, but then feeling like, no, I can't go because now I know I have to do this. I have to build this foundation in order to make this possible, is how it's kind of coming out here at the moment. And I don't even think, I didn't even go over the 9 card. The 9 card is literally the 2 of water, which this came up yesterday as well. So this is, you know, masculine and feminine kind of merged into one. And then the 10 card was the essential, next to which 11 is source. So it's like, yeah, like the divine purpose, source energy. I mean, that's the 10 and 11 card. And then the 2 of water is the 9 card. I mean, so it's super powerful. And really does kind of go in line with exactly what we've been saying. I mean, really kind of over the last 4 days or so. So hopefully that made sense. I guess I'm going to get ready for the next part of my meeting. And I'll talk to you guys later.